What's up guys, my name is Ace, and I thought it was finally time to share my current top 5 class setups. This is something that's been requested a lot lately, especially since that Divisions update, so let's hop into it here. Of course, couple disclaimers, just like every one of my class setup videos, these classes are not static by any means. I'm constantly mixing and matching things, trying new attachments, trying new perk setups, as well as just changing the gun up completely with a particular setup style. So don't just take these classes, copy them down, and then have those as set classes from here on out because I told you that they were great classes to use. I encourage you guys to mix things up just for variety's sake, as well as mix things up to suit your playstyle and your preferences. Also, I decided to organize this where I pick one class setup per weapon type. So we'll have one SMG class, one rifle class, one LMG class, a shotgun class, and a sniper class for you guys. So first up, I have my really versatile SMG class. This is great for objective play. This is great for putting up streaks, especially in domination. And there's something about that Type 100 that I've been really enjoying lately, as long as it's got that rapid fire attachment equipped. So with this class, we have the Armor Division, which you're going to see a lot throughout this video because the new Armor Division is very powerful. Our gun is obviously a Type 100 here with Quick Draw, Extended Mags, and Rapid Fire. I would say out of all of those attachments, the absolute necessity is going to be Rapid Fire for you guys. You can mix it up with other things, although I wouldn't recommend Advanced Rifling since it doesn't help with your 4-shot kill range at all on the Type 100. Our basic training on this one is Blitzkrieg. This is the key to making this a very powerful class in Domination especially, because streaks in Domination are very difficult to get unless you're running either Requisitions or Blitzkrieg. So with Blitzkrieg, I'm able to go on these streaks. I often drop paratroopers and ball turret gunners and just crazy good streaks with this class setup. And I'm able to move around the map. I'm able to be accurate at a little bit of a longer range, especially for an SMG. I can stretch that range out a little bit and pick people off at a distance. Plus with rapid fire, it's still a very decent SMG in close quarter situations. And I'm really enjoying this setup for Domination so far. As for our secondary, lethal, and tactical, you're going to see a really similar thing with basically all of my classes, just because my favorite secondary is the 9mm SAP with extended mags, so we're going to be seeing that on basically all of the classes I share today. Our lethal is a sticky grenade because I prefer that over frag grenades and basically any other lethal. And for this one, our tactical is going to be a stun grenade to help us push the enemy and also attack those objectives. As it is right now, at least for Domination, this is pretty much my go-to class at the moment. Moving on to the second class we're going to share today, this is the Rifle class, and with this one we're using the Infantry Division, mainly so I can get that 4th attachment, because we're going to be using the Gewehr 43. This gun got a little bit of a buff to its fire rate cap not too long ago, I guess it was last week or so. So if you have a good trigger finger, like myself, this gun is extremely powerful now, especially when you put rapid fire on there. And my preferred attachments with this and the attachments you'll see on this class is going to be rapid fire, extended mags, high caliber, and grip. Now, I don't often run grips on my guns, you guys will know this. Grip normally doesn't seem to be helping all that much, because it just gives you a 7.5% reduction to your view kick. But with this particular gun, I feel like it makes it a lot more consistent at longer ranges. Every now and then, if you're spamming it really quickly, you'll get that shot that'll just throw you completely to the side, and it'll be enough to often miss your target and just get you killed. Grip, I find, makes this a lot more consistent. High caliber is also great on this because just one shot to the body, one shot to the head will be a kill out to 50 meters, which is insanely good, especially when you consider that fire rate cap increase, as well as stacking that with rapid fire. This has a ridiculously fast time to kill if you use high caliber and shoot them in the head. Our basic training on this one is going to be Hunker because I like my explosive resistance in this game. There are so many nades to go around. And if you're playing any kind of an objective game mode, this is going to save your life so many times every single game that you play. Our secondary is once again a 9mm SAP with extended mags, but we have that extra attachment, so I threw high caliber on there. And our lethal and tactical are the same as the last class. For anybody with a good trigger finger, you'll absolutely fall in love with this particular class setup, but if you aren't really great with your trigger finger, then you can really swap this out for any other rifle in the game. Maybe throw an STG on there, you can throw a Volkssturm Gewehr on there as long as you're running advanced rifling on it, and this is still going to be an excellent class setup for you. Getting into my LMG class, as you can see, we're using the Lewis here with the Armor Division. We've got Quick Draw, Extended Mags, and Steady Aim. I've really been liking Steady Aim on the Lewis. It really helps you out in those close quarter situations when you don't have time to aim down sight. Our basic training on this one is going to be scoped, so we maintain that ability to strafe faster while aiming down sight, as well as we pretty much eliminate our idle sway. And for our secondary, this time around, I feel like a pistol's kind of unnecessary because we've got such a large magazine anyways. I decided to throw on the Panzerschreck here because you no longer need the launched basic training skill to get a launcher, so it's really nice with this class to have that launcher available, so if the enemy calls a recon plane in, I can just take that down right away. Our lethal is once again going to be a sticky grenade, but with this one, we're changing up our tactical a little bit from the previous classes. We're going to be using a smoke grenade. This is great for suppression. You can throw that smoke grenade down, and then you can just spray through that smoke with your LMG, and oftentimes you'll get a lot of kills on people that think they're safe from the smoke, when really, they definitely aren't. Moving on to my shotgun class. This one might look a little bit different from what you would expect out of a shotgun class, but with this one we're running the Armored Division once again, mainly for that explosive and tactical resistance. Our shotgun is just going to be the combat shotgun with rapid fire, extended mags, and steady aim. Our basic training is going to be ordnance, and then our secondary lethal and tactical are nothing new that you haven't seen before. Now, a couple questions you probably have. Why am I not running either airborne or gunslinger? Most people would recommend this on shotguns because it allows you to fire while sprinting, and at that point you have a sprint out time of 0 as long as you break your sprint by firing the gun. But airborne did get a little bit of a nerf to its hip fire a couple weeks ago now, so you actually have a wider hip fire spread while sprinting than you used to, and this means you're often going to be getting hit markers when you hip fire while sprinting with airborne. In addition to this, I've talked about this before, I feel like having airborne or gunslinger creates some inconsistent feelings when it comes to your sprint out time in this game. If I accidentally break my sprint just a millisecond before I pull the trigger on the gun, now I have to complete that sprint out time, and oftentimes I was relying on the fact that I would have a sprint out time of 0 in order to get that kill, and it just feels really inconsistent in those situations. So what I found is if I just take that out of the equation completely and just know that I have to be careful and not sprint around corners because I shouldn't be doing that anyways, I can be a lot more ready for my gunfights, and I feel like I've died a lot less once I've changed that up because I'm not sprinting around like a chicken with its head cut off. I'm actually being smart as I navigate the map with this shotgun. I also want to point out that I don't use this class too often. I'm not really a huge fan of using shotguns in this game. This is more so designed to be a counter shotgun class. If I get into one of those lobbies where I've got a couple guys that are running shotguns and they're just absolutely destroying me up close, then I'll often switch to this class and try to shut those guys down. So finally, let's get into my sniper class. Again, this is a class that I don't use super often. I'm not one of those guys that's running around quickscoping all the time. It's more so I use it for very specific situations and also just want to get bored and want to try something different. With this one, we're using the Mountain Division, and one of the primary reasons we're using the Mountain Division with the sniper class is it now gives you basically a built-in undercover, so you never have that red name tag that appears above your head, even if your enemy is running lookout. This is great for counter sniping. When you have other snipers that are running lookout, they'll often take advantage of that red name tag and they'll be able to pick you off across the map in a situation where they otherwise maybe wouldn't have noticed you. The rifle that we're using for this one is going to be the Type 38 Arisaka. This is the new sniper rifle, and I would say it is by far the best sniper rifle in the game at the moment. It's probably even just a little bit too good. I do see a nerf in the future for this gun. For attachments, we have ballistic calibration, FMJ, as well as rapid fire. Our basic training is going to be lookout, and that's going to be to take advantage of that faster target acquisition and also seeing people that aren't running mountain or undercover at those longer ranges. Our secondary is going to be a 9mm SAP with extended mags, lethal is a sticky grenade, and finally our tactical is a smoke grenade, and that smoke grenade is primarily for Operation Breakout on the bridge. This is when I will most commonly snipe in this game. Anytime we get to that bridge section, I almost always switch to this class so I can reliably pick people off, and if I'm on offense, I can throw down that smoke grenade for either me or my teammates to help them build that bridge. So there we have it. There's a class setup for each one of the weapon types in this game that I'm currently absolutely loving. I'd like to know in the comment section below, what is your current go-to class in this game? Also, out of all the classes I mentioned today, which is your favorite to use? If you enjoyed the video, a like rating is always appreciated, and don't forget to subscribe for more if you haven't already. I'll talk to you guys next time.